where legends are made. Spud Kings on the ice, ready to invade. The Grim Reaper breaks free, impossible to tame. The wall defends, shutting down the game. Edwards and Schmidt, a true tag team. Breaking through the lines, they play supreme. The Spud Kingdom rises, loyal and proud. Idaho Falls rocking, we're bringing the crowd. Spud Kings, we own this night. The kingdom roars like fire, we ignite. Coming for the cup, we bring the fight. Spud Kingdom, we rise, unite.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Spud Kingdom podcast. I am your host as always, Woody. How you guys been doing? I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and you're ready for another weekend of hockey. Thank you for tuning in as always. I cannot do this without you guys, so I appreciate that. We got a recap from the weekend, 3 stars of the week, stat standings, and the preview for this week as well. Without further ado, let's just get into it because there was some action over this last weekend. Pardon me. So game 1, Friday, November 21st, 2025 at the MAC versus the Casper Warbirds. For the most part of this game would be dominated by the Spud Kings. First period, Spud Kings would dominate the shot total. Casper only had 2 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 14, but unfortunately no goals would be scored in the period. So we would move on to the second period, all even at 0 still. Shots on goal a little bit closer in this one. Casper had 8 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 9. This period would start off a little slow, but would pick up. At 7 minutes, 30 seconds, DJ the Beast McLeish would get his 8th of the year, and he was assisted on the play by Leo the Mantenuto for his 12th and Caleb the Pete for his 9th. Almost 3 minutes later, at 10 minutes, 23 seconds, Braden Cunningham would get his 4th of the year, and he was assisted by newcomer Nathan Antey, and that would be his 1st of the year. Just before the end of the period, the Warbirds would get one on the board at 19 minutes, 22 seconds. Emmett Martin would get one past Alex Sabev. The period would end 2-1 Spud Kings, and in the third period, Spud Kings would have a small edge in the shot advantage. Casper had 9 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 12. A little over half of the period would go by before we had any type of scoring action, but at 11 minutes, 47 seconds, Braden Cunningham would get another one for his 5th of the year, and he was assisted on the play by Blaine Cron for his 1st and Lucas Ronner for his 8th. I have a feeling Blaine Cron is just barely starting to heat up and warm up, and he might be coming on and becoming a big part of this team for the last half stretch. We'll see what happens, but it's just one of those feelings, kind of like an Atchison thing. About 30 seconds later, 12 minutes, 13 seconds, Matt Rakowski would try and close the gap, but at 18 minutes and 20 seconds, the stash baby, Bookie Warshaw, put the nail in the coffin for his 4th of the year, and he was assisted on the play by Andrew Schmidt for his 11th and Lucas Ronner for his 9th. The period and the game would end 4-2 Spud Kings. Alex Bebb would stop 17 out of 19 shots for 89.5 save percentage, getting his 4th win on the season. So congrats to Alex getting back in the net and getting a big win. Unfortunately, he didn't face that many shots, so his save percentage was a little low, but he got the big W, so we appreciate Alex's effort in that game. Game 2 would be the following night, Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, also at the MAC versus the Ogden Mustangs. First period shot battle would be pretty even, Ogden having a 1-shot advantage. Ogden would have 9 shots on goal. Spud Kings would have 8. The only goal in the period would be scored by the Mustangs at 6 minutes, 55 seconds. Hudson Weber Stewart keeps adding to his good year and puts the Mustangs up 1-0. The period would end this way. Second period, Mustangs would dominate, and once again, those penalties versus this team would show face. Ogden had 16 shots on goal. The Spud Kings only had 5. First half of the period would be a little quiet, but at 12 minutes, 44 seconds, Liam Waugh would add to the Mustangs' lead, and they would be now up 2-0. 4 minutes later, at 16 minutes 47 seconds, Beck Picanato would also add one score. Now 3-0 Mustangs, and the period would end this way. Not looking good at this point. Third period, the Spud Kings would finally win the shot battle, only by 1 goal, and it wouldn't matter though. Ogden had 7 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 8. Halfway through the period, Caleb Lepete would capitalize on a power play goal, and he would get his 4th of the year, and he was assisted by Leo Mantenuto for his 13th and DJ the Beast McLeish for his 8th. Mustangs still lead 3-1. At 16 minutes 58 seconds, Hudson Weaver Stewart would ice the game on the power play. It's be his 2nd goal of the game, and Ogden would go up 4-1 and would hold on to that lead for the win. Spud Kings had 53 penalty minutes awarded, and the Mustangs had 68. Just an insane amount of penalties when these two teams meet. I understand it is a heated rivalry, but we got to see calmer heads prevail in this. I think that's what helped us in the battle versus these guys last year, is we were able to somehow keep a little composure when they were trying to pull their little antics and get inside the head. This year, it's not working so well. Devin Degenstein would get his 2nd loss in regulation, as he stopped 28 out of 32 shots for an 87.5% save percentage. So the 3 stars of the week after those 2 big games. My 3rd star would have to go to Lucas Ronner. He had 2 assists on the weekend, helping get the win Friday. My 2nd star would have to go to Caleb Lepete. He had 1 goal and 1 assist on the weekend, also helping us in that big game Friday. And then my 1st star would have to be Braden Cunningham. He had 2 goals in the win on Friday. We only had the 1 goal and only like a couple assists in the 2nd game. I know it helped like a couple of these other guys have higher totals as far as points and assists and stuff. But I felt these 3 guys helped us get the win on Friday, and they were a big contributing factor all weekend for the most part. So my 3 stars are: 3rd star, Lucas Ronner; 2nd star, Caleb Lepete; and 1st star, Braden Cunningham. So let's see where our stats leaders are at the moment. Still leading the way in goals is Tyler Atchison with 9, and right behind him in 2nd is DJ the Beast McLeish with 8. Our assist leader is 1st place. Leo Mantenuto has 13. 2nd place, Andrew Schmidt with 11. Points leader at the moment is 1st, Leo Mantenuto with 17 total points. And 2nd is DJ the Beast McLeish with 16. Our goalie stats right now at the moment: Devin Degenstein has a 7-2-1 record with a 91.9 save percentage, a 2.44 goals against average, and 283 total saves. Alex Sabev has a 4-2 record on the season with an 88.9 save percentage, 2.34 goals against average, and 112 total saves. So the standings in the Mountain Division as of right now: 1st place is still the Ogden Mustangs with the 16-1-2 record, 34 total points on the season. They are still kicking butt. Only played 19 games. They're only 1 game ahead of us as far as how many games played. So they are doing really well. 2nd place, Grand Junction Riverhawks got a 15-5-2 record, 32 total points. They have played the most games so far this season, so their point lead is holding steady at the moment, but hopefully we can catch them as we start to catch up on some games. 3rd place is the Idaho Falls Spud Kings. Got a 12-5-1 record, 25 total points. So we're not bringing up the rear by too much. We do have 1 less game than the 1st place Mustangs and a few less than the 2nd place Grand Junction Riverhawks, but we're going to make those up as the year goes on. So let's get to the weekend preview for the week. Game 1 tonight, Friday, November 28, 2025, at the MAC versus the Utah Outliers. It is potato night with the Spud Kings wearing special jerseys, sponsored by Teton Toyota. Game 2 tomorrow, Saturday, November 29th, 2025. It is in Park City at the Black Rocks Event Center versus the Utah Outliers. If you cannot make it to that game, you cannot make it to either game, both games will be on Black Bear TV. Tune in or go out and root on the Spud Kings, make some noise, cheer on the boys, and let's get out there and do our thing. As always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I cannot do this without you. And as always, go Spud Kings!
Rivals crumble as the anthem plays. The beast off the leash, setting the stage ablaze. Edwards with the setup, Schmidt with the strike. Spud Kings on the rig, rewriting the hype. Fear the stash, it's the pride of the crew. The Spud Kingdom strong, loyal through and through. Blood and sweat, our victory's clear. We're the kings of Idaho.